Our first guest, my man.
Hey, we got here community activists,
Ooh.
wrestling coach,
No.
boxer,
No. Firefighter.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he even got a park named after him.
No.
Come on, man. We are lightweights.
We are.
Compared to our next guest.
I've never been lightweight.
Mr. William Billy Carter.
Woo.
Oh,
Billy!
got the last name right now. You thought we were going to hear a Walker.
Mr. Carter, what's up?
Yeah.
How you doing? You guys is what's up, man.
No, not compared to you, bro.
Oh, now, Wheeler, why would they name a park after him? Why didn't they name a park after, Iggy or Big Al on the board?
Big Al on the board park?
Because they don't roll like that. Man, really roll, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is the dude.
Okay.
I tell you, man.
Okay.
Dude, y'all better recognize.
Now, you attended Mission Bay High School back in the day, and you were the athlete of the year, right?
Yes, sir. 1969.
Good
Okay.
moogly.
Wow.
All
A
right.
couple years ago.
Yeah, just a few.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
And so, what did you do to garner this award? I mean, what sports did you play?
I played football.
Okay.
And I wrestled and ran a little track.
Oh, okay.
A little track. How much is a little track?
Well, you know, just enough to be seen. And I heard feared by a few.
Yeah.
So that means he probably did the hurdles, the long jump, the high jump.
Just like you.
Yeah, almost like
Long jump over fences.
Yeah, from the police.
Yeah.
That was some good training there.
It came in handy.
Yes, sir.
Then you went on to coach wrestling at Lincoln as well, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
And then what was you coached boys wrestling, but also girls wrestling?
Yes, I had the excellent opportunity to have a female approach me and say that she wanted to wrestle. And once she got on the team, there were several other young ladies that wanted to. So, and that was probably in the 90s, late 90s. And I eventually got enough girls to represent us at the state meet, where my girls were able to pin every one of their opponents in less than a minute.
Dang. Wow.
And then I remember a couple of them would beat some boys. Remember?
Right. I had one young lady beat 14 boys and another one beat 11.
Sherry Foster. Is that her name?
Foster.
Sherry Foster. Yeah.
And
Wow.
Michelle.
Yeah. And Michelle.
Yes. Yes.
Good, googly, muggly, man.
Yes.
And that was the first team ever?
That was the first team that I got enough money to sponsor them to go to the national tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Once we went to the national tournament, because California never had a high school team represented, they put us against the first seed, which would have been Iowa.
Wow.
And we
They could wrestle
beat
there.
Iowa,
You beat Iowa?
and everything else was downhill. Became national champions in 2002 back in Detroit.
Man, that's crazy.
And my girls were the team captains of that team, and the other California coaches voted me to coach those girls, the national team.
Now, you were a firefighter as well, right?
Yes, I was a San Diego City firefighter.
And
For how long?
for how long?
7 years and 7 months, and then I damaged my lungs.
Oh.
However, I've gotten, I think, about 9 medals, gold medals in the Fireman Olympics.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave that out.
Well, the first year I participated in the Olympics, they only give medals to the first 3 finishers. And I went up there early, and this guy he was from Orange County, and he had a Letterman jacket with all these medals dangling.
Boo.
And he said, what event are you in? I said, the 50 meter. He said, you lost. What else you running? I said, the 100 meter. You lost that. I said, the 200. He said, said, you lost.
Whoa.
400? He said, you lost. And sure enough, I took fourth in the 50 meters, the 100, 200, and the 400. But the next year, flipped the
He lost.
That's right.
Got him. All right.
Did you take his jacket?
I took the record. I got the record for 60 meter.
Wow.
And you should have took the guy's cleats and threw them up on the telephone wire.
Should have set him on fire.
Yeah.
He can put it out later.
Now, Mr. Carter, interesting is that he was a witness. He was one of the first firefighter on scene. One of the worst airplane crashes in the history of crashes in San Diego. It's a
North Park.
North Park. North Park. And you were there. Can you tell us about that, my man?
Well, I and another firefighter were boxing upstairs.
Okay.
And we heard an explosion. We looked out the window, and I could see the PSA plane wing on fire. So we ran out the house and ran toward the PSA plane, and it was going down. And finally, we seen it go down and explode. And we're about 3 blocks away from it when it hit the ground. So when we got there, I managed to get a hose and cover explosion. And I told the other firemen to evacuate one side of the street. And some off-duty or volunteer police officers came about, and I told them they should evacuate the other side of the street and everything. But later on, I ended up being arrested. He turned around and said he wanted to see my badge, and I didn't have my badge on or anything like that.
You weren't working at the time. You were.
No, I wasn't working, and they hadn't issued us a badge yet because I was probationary fighter. And then, so he held me until the first fire trucks arrived on the scene. And he also, I was with Jesse Macias, too.
News reporter.
Yes.
News reporter.
And the officer asked the captain if I was a firefighter, and he knew I was and grew up in that area. Right. So I helped size up the PSA plane crash with the captain and their crew, and I was working alongside them. About 15, 20 minutes later, the same police officer approached me, and I thought he was going to apologize. Instead, he said, "I'm going to get you in." See there. And later on, he pushed me in the back, and I turned around, and I had enough. Yeah. And I told him, that I wasn't going to be harassed anymore. So he called several other police officers, and they approached me with guns. And I just happened to have the Voice and Viewpoint owner was there, and he helped escort me away.
Okay, let me get this straight. So, in the midst of a plane crash, a tragedy, they found it necessary to put you under arrest and put guns on you, draw guns on you, and why? Is it the pigment of your
1977? Was it 77?
78.
Yeah.
September 25th.
So you can't help out. You're using your instincts and your training and stuff to help out in this tragedy, and you get guns drawn on you.
That's correct.
Wow. Welcome to the real world.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
It's amazing because there were some people in the fire department that didn't want me to file a complaint, as well as some people in the police department. But I filed the complaint anyway.
Okay.
How far did it go?
Well, it made a lot of people mad, and the head of the NAACP, which his name was Ted McNeil, called Bill Collender, who was the chief of police, and told him what happened. And I kind of got a backlash of that because they tried to pin a purse snatching on me. And
Good grief, man.
Jeez. Get me thrown off the fire department because
Purse snatching.
yes, I don't know if you remember our honorable Napoleon Jones.
Yeah.
Judge.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was an attorney then, and he worked in the office with Tom Adler. I couldn't get a hold to Napoleon Jones because he was out when the detective called me and told me that he was going to get me.
You couldn't contact Johnny Cochran?
Hey,
He wasn't available?
my funds.
That ain't cheap.
This is BC, not OJ.
Okay.
So that was about it.
Well, Wheeler, let's talk about the park. Were you there? They got named in his honor?
Yeah.
City
Oh, yeah.
Heights?
Yep. Yep. Last was it June? That was the first dedication with Marty Emerald and all of them. We had a nice crowd. It was well represented, you know, and a bunch of heartfelt speeches and stuff, and how him and Miss McCain deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and well, you can go over some of the red tape, because I know it was like years and months, and it'll take 3 hours to explain all the the bureaucratic red tape. But can you give us the short version?
Yes. Back in the early 70s, early 70s, late 60s, Mrs. McCain, she was an elder in our community, and she was always about doing something good for somebody or somewhere. And the most important thing was that we respected our elders. When our elders told us to do something, we just did it. And so I was on the corner. Mrs. McCain said, "Mr. Carter, what are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." She said, "Get your clothes, and we're going to Long Beach." So we went to Long Beach. We wrote a proposal to the government. The government gave us a little money. We got this park built. Now I'm going to fast forward it to 3 years ago. She told her daughter to call me, said, "Get him over here." She said, "Billy," I went by the park. It says City Heights Mini Park. She said, "That name of the park should have mine and your name on it. It's hard work we put into it. Let's get it done." So it took me 2 years to jump through the hoops to get that park done, but she saw it while she was alive. And that was meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
How was she?
She was 105 years old when she passed.
Wow. Awesome. So, Wheeler, when you were there, I mean, she was, I mean, it was both of them. And what's the location?
It's 39th Street in East San Diego area.
Okay.
Yeah.
3033 39th Street.
Okay. I must send you some pictures.
Okay. We'll put them up on the page. That's an honor, man.
Thank you.
You deserved it.
Thank you.
You deserve it. I mean, all this stuff that you have done for this community, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you're part of history in San Diego.
Thank you.
So I'm glad you got to come to the show, my man.
Hey, but we're going to name a street after you. A stadium.
Let's name a new stadium.
Boxing gloves.
Oh, gentlemen, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, hold on, my man. We'll say those thoughts. We got more to talk to you about. We're going to take a little break right here on the Coach Rowe Show. We'll be right back on KBLKradio.com, and we'll see you in a few.
Okay.
Hey, we're back on the Coach Rowe Show. I am Coach Rowe. I got my man Iggy.
Yes, sir.
The icon, Daryl Wheeler.
Just over here being iconic.
That's right, baby. Speaking of icons, man, our first guest, Mr. William Carter. This guy he was the Athlete of the Year at Mission Bay High School back in the day.
Home of the Bucks.
Home of the Bucks. He has a park named after him.
Hey.
He was a wrestling coach, first women's wrestling coach at Lincoln High School.
Hey.
Firefighter,
Hey.
Director of the Brothers United.
Hey,
Tell us about the Brothers United, man.
Brothers United, we it's a minority group that came from, originally started with the San Diego City Firefighters, but we extended it to any minority firefighters, the federal firefighters as well. And we were the umbrella of the International Association of Black Professional Firefighters.
Mm-hmm.
And what we did was we helped recruit females and minorities on the department.
Okay.
I was one of the first to train, like the highest ranking African American sheriff that is on the sheriff's department. I helped train a lot of women for non-traditional type jobs here in San Diego for the police, sheriffs, marshals.
Man.
And remember at Balboa Park, what was your title then? When I used to see you at the park?
I was with the San Diego Unified School District integration program.
Oh, wow.
That's another one. I forgot about that. And I just thought about it. I remember when we used to hook up.
With my in-laws. And I'm like,
All you did with the park was feed the pigeons, and this guy was just working.
I shot the pigeon.
Shot the sheriff.
I hate them things.
You got your car a few times?
But hey, bro, payback's a dog.
I took a lot of notes from Mr. Wheeler.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he guided me in a lot of directions.
Okay, you got to name a park after him.
Hey, get it started.
Too much red tape.
They named the milkshake after Roe.
And see, bro, you're not a fighter like him. You'll give up after 2 weeks. This dude,
after 2 minutes,
once Mr. Carter's on you, he's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He gonna see it all the way through.
Wow.
That's his issue.
All right, now tell us about your time with Archie Moore and your boxing exploits. You went from wrestling to boxing.
Yes. I entered into boxing. I got in a little trouble when I was a teenager, and there was a Lieutenant Rose who worked with Archie Moore, and they seen that I had some skills. But boxing was my grandfather was a bare knuckle fighter, and he helped. He helped in keeping Jack Johnson. When Jack Johnson was not allowed to come back in the country, he stayed in Tijuana, and my grandfather would go down there and spar with him to keep him in shape.
Why would Jack Johnson?
And TJ.
Yes. And so Archie Moore was a very good friend of our family, and they had started the Mongoose Boxing Association, and also he was had the ABC program going very well.
Any boy can.
That's right. But then they changed it to anybody can.
So the girls
could participate.
Right.
Yes. And I had an opportunity to join Archie and Billy. We went around throughout the country and throughout the world setting up boxing world title fights.
Nice.
And we also had a few champion fighters that we helped train.
Wow. Can you name a few?
Well, Gilbert Sweet Sensation Tap Teeth.
My kind of dude.
And we set up Ready Bo training camp with
Ready Bo.
when he beat Evander Holyfield.
Okay.
That's we worked with Don King, getting him sparring partners for I think at that time he had Trinidad, he had Camacho, and quite a few other fighters.
Wow.
Hey, real quick, where were you, the Ken Norton, Muhammad Ali fight in San Diego? What were you doing? Where were you at?
Well, back then, I was a spectator.
No,
Yes.
something regular like that.
Yes.
You wasn't trained
I got
somebody or
nobody.
something, man.
I was going around getting autographs.
No, man, I thought you'd have a bucket and a towel or something going on, man.
I did work in the corners of quite a few fighters. I was a corner man, yes.
Man. Wheeler was a corner man, but it's different though.
Hey, stop.
It's a family show, man.
Come on, man.
Bro was a street corner, man.
The little singing, a little rapping.
Hey,
Now you also
party weekend.
coach Pop Warner as well, right?
Yes, I spent about 8 years. Matter of fact, on my first team, the Mighty Mice, my daughter Ruth was one of the fastest kids that we had. So,
Wait, she played on the team?
well, I was trying to get her on the team, tell my mother and her mother,
Like kibosh or
Yeah,
not.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So they put a uniform on her. So both of my daughters went through Balboa as
What?
cheerleaders.
Nice.
All right. See, but
I
that's
coached
how
with
we
one of the legends, Coons.
Oh,
Steve Coons.
Steve
Yeah.
Coons.
Yes.
So you coached with him. And,
Well, yeah, I coached with him the first year, and the second year I had my own team.
okay.
Yeah, as a manager.
and that's where we hooked up.
Yes, matter of fact, I have Mr. Wheeler's son on my team.
What?
Yes,
Romero Wheeler.
Yeah.
No way.
Wow.
Yes, that's
The
right.
Icon Junior.
IJ.
Coach, man.
IJ.
I'm so proud of him now. He
Oh, big time.
coach as a college coach.
He college coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's big time.
Oh yeah.
How was the little icon?
He was.
Was he old lineman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the old line. Come on, Carter.
Oh man, I had to give him a well-rounded experience.
There you go.
It's all the same DBO line.
Yeah.
You know, especially at that level.
They're all the same size.
But as a parent, I got tired of that old line stuff. I'm like, hey, that's enough. You know, because then the next coach automatically put him there. You know what I'm saying? Because he was there the year before. I said, no. You guys don't. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's been waiting patiently for a receiver DB position or whatever.
Yeah.
And then so they saw it my way eventually. Because that's only fair.
So in addition to DeMero Wheeler, what other guys did you coach that went on and did,
Well, one of my students at Lincoln that I coached in wrestling was Lou Barnes, and he went on to play for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, Lou Barnes, left foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, one of my
Okay.
uncles.
All right. And then you went on to work for the San Diego Unified School District?
Yes.
After all this?
Yes.
What'd you do there, my man?
I worked with the integration program, and basically what we did was we got the integration program started in the 4th grade. They sent them to Old Town for a week, and they gave them some few concepts that we reinforced when they were in the 5th grade at the Balboa Park program. We taught them about integration, discrimination, prejudice, and about conflict and how to resolve conflict. And in the 6th grade, we took them to Palomar Mountain, where they stayed up there and kind of came up with their own rules and regulations in the cabins. And we made sure that they gave them some ulteriors to solve conflict and get along better in this world.
Man.
No, was that like a nature program also for them to, see the natural
environment?
Yes, but also it made them aware that through prejudice, like snakes and with lions, endangered species, people killing them just for sport. Sometimes that would alleviate a whole species. And you have to appreciate what God has given us on this earth, and to make it better for the next generation to come.
Right. Man, Mr. Carter, you have done a lot. And I see why you have a park named after you. I am honored to meet you, my man.
Yes, sir.
I'm so glad you came up here to be a guest on our show. But we might have to do part 2 with him because
there's plenty more.
Plenty more.
And also, too, what's next for Mr. Carter?
I'm handing the baton off to my next generation.
Okay, so
the beauty of the
well,
corner.
but she's got a lot to live up to.
Oh
man,
maybe she's already working with the Bessie Smith Museum.
What her name is?
Tennessee. Ruth Aaliyah LaShawn Carter Hickman.
Good, goodly woodly.
That sounds like LaShawn Carter.
Law firm.
William Cameron Payne Carter, who is the president of the Kappas at San Diego State University.
Wow. Passed on to him. Nice to have you, Ruth. I mean, after, all these people here, we're not very handsome in here, but there's somebody beautiful.
You beautified.
Finally.
Well, somebody
Big Al
me.
Sexy Al.
All right, so Mr. Carter, thank you for coming, my man.
Thank you so
nice
much
to meet you,
for
my
having
brother.
me. Yes,
all right,
sir.
Mr. William Carter, give him a hand.